Hi everyone, it's Tom, Jampot. Uh, yeah, let's play some Galaxy. Serena I like, but is medium. Kind of the same here. Zagreus is really, really good. I find that my stats with Zagreus are just like, I don't understand why they're as good as they are, because it doesn't seem like, two treasures should be like a particularly insane captain ability or anything like that. But I think the reason why is that like so much of this game is about relative strength to the lobby, right? Like it doesn't really matter how strong you are as long as you can be winning your fights. Um, and obviously, you need to get strong to continue to do that, but that's really all that matters. And Zagreus kind of stops that from completely going downhill. You get your treasure right when you need it, like right when you're starting to fall behind a little bit, which gives you a little bit of space to either capitalize on that treasure and get strong, or maybe it just gives you some blanket power, which allows you to invest in things that will become strong later. So I guess that's my like theory about why this works. It could just be that my deck is solid, but who knows? Anyway, we're running it. I don't want to take Rose. It's too weak early. We have nothing to set up jealous stepsisters. Also, I think we're more hero focused. We have even Ace of Hearts, so we'll be doing it like this. We have a couple pirates. We have Aladdin. I don't remember if we have Mecha Man or not. Again, I really do wish you could check your deck list in the middle of a game. Uh, and also like the rest of the units, to be honest, but so it goes. So basically, I'm wondering if I should take this. I mean, I should probably take it just because it has better stats, but oh well. Uh, yep, I mean, just double checking. I mean, nesting scrub file is fine, but I think Aladdin's what we're looking for. Huh. I mean, Puss in Boots technically has synergy here, but it's not exactly what I'm thinking about. Um, I don't think we have any hunts that we're like particularly looking for out of um, our uncommons. So we could take a Puss in Boots and that would be fine. Uh, I don't know if it's worse than just taking picks though, to be honest, because I think that will help Aladdin get its attack off. No, it didn't. Well, it still helped this slappy kind of scale a tiny bit. Not that like we want this to like scale to the moon or anything, but it helps a lot having a little bit of health, because if it can survive two attacks, that's a pretty efficient card for when we pot it. Foul Lich is not what we're about here, and obviously Aladdin is. Uh, Again, we have a number of heroes, could be good. Captain's Cutlass is really great if we're trying to set up a hunt. I don't, again, I wish I remembered. It's also just rock solid with any kind of summons if we don't have a hunt. So I'm considering taking it for that reason. Just it's a little bit more flexible than Ring of Valor. If I could see the list, I would take Ring of Valor a little. I would be more willing to do that, but I think this is more generically strong, so I'll go for that. I would love to take Miseria and just like barely lose a fight, so let's try and make that happen. This is a pirate, but no. My instinct is that I'm just going off of this. I'm wondering if I should just go off of picks instead so that I don't get kind of like trapped into this support, but I don't think I'm trapped into it by any means. So I guess I should technically get rid of Aladdin. I'm just gonna take Toady. It's been fine. Uh, would slightly rather have like lost one heart there and, been able to move off of this. Would really like to do it this turn. So I'm gonna be a little bit greedy. I'm not gonna worry too much about like making sure that my board is dominant. I just want to make sure that I'm not so far behind after this fight, because even if I lose a full heart, I can live with that. What I want to make sure is that I don't just like take complete garbage or pass on everything and end up in a place where after I proc all this stuff, I still can't stabilize. So um, Jill Sunshine kind of helps with that. And I think this is a great time to pick this up. Just finish that quest. Uh, it's hard to know without scouting, right? Like what you exactly what you need to do to like lose by the right amount. But we got there. Magic Acorn is already going to get a little bit of value, and there's a number of things we could do, but I find that I don't it doesn't look like like I don't have a summon yet, so I'm not like super looking for another support, although Goodie Bag is in this tier. Uh, I think think I might just take padded shield. I think I'm just gonna kind of gonna try and like brute force a little bit through this. Achilles is way too aggressive, uh, as just like, although it's a 14 attack. I just hate when this thing gets attacked and dies. And then you like, and if you lose the fight because of that, it's so, it's just clumsy. 4-4-3-5, more or less the same thing. I guess more attack trades a little bit better. I'm just gonna take this because it has ranged. I don't think we're close to being shipshape, are we? Fairy Dragon could go somewhere soon. I don't hate having this in slot 1. Okay. I mean, yeah, sometimes Achilles looks great, but I just don't like it. Hunter's Horn is not really on the table. I don't think we care about that. Uh, I will eventually play a hunt. What's it, Captain? Like hunt focused strategy. I guess I've done a little bit of Wink. But it's just not my favorite. I don't really like the games where you kind of fall flat and you're just in the hole forever. Uh, Alchemistry set. I mean, treasures are very good. Hidden treasure room's kind of the same concept. I guess, are we set up to get a ton of common treasures? You never know, right? Like, you can always just get to a point where um, your dragon like treasures and units just kind of are clicking and this goes off. I don't really know how to rate this. We don't care about recruits very much, so I think it's good. And we don't really have an actual way on board yet to generate common treasures. So like, which of these is more likely to do something? This one right now, right? And then they're kind of comparable, I would say, as far as ability to like go big. Uh, okay, what do we do with this shop? Evil Stepmother is nothing. I mean, we have 2 commons, right? And we're in rare, so that's gonna be a little tricky no matter what. This thing has much better stats than this. And it has a relevant ability, but it's a little bit awkward because, I guess it's not impossible for it to hunt in this position, and that's not a terrible place for us to have some buffs, so I will go for it. Uh, Dragon Dice is so, so strong if that's what you're doing, and that's kind of what we're doing. We'll never know what was in that co-captain's Corsair. Maybe it would have been incredible. Uh, do we care enough more about this hunt now? I think we do. +6/+6 is not insignificant. Obviously, this unit is not meant to just be proccing on itself, but I think it was the best thing we could be doing with the time. Let's say that we lose the fight because of that. How much are we likely to lose it by? This person's on 3 hearts. I think that's a little too threatening. Okay, well, I mean, we got the hunt off, which is like the main priority. It would have been nicer to have it here, but I don't think by like a huge amount. We don't need the stats on there. Shoemaker's elves, I guess. Sure. I actually quite like Fairy Dragon when you're doing treasure. I've been a little bit impressed by it because it, obviously doesn't impress so much when you're not doing this. When it's you often see it when you're running Fae and you'll like add it to your board because it has some Fae buffs, right? But then the support doesn't do very much. It adds up fast once you're actually accumulating treasures. Galactic Rock is pretty clearly the pick, right? Like we definitely don't have to take this. Uh, Changing anything here? Nah. Part of it is that like if we are ending up in like I can't again even at level at epic I'm not like seeing like an obvious thing that we have to put here to have a slot bonus for. So I'd much rather like not lose a fight as badly like that. Here we could take Tin Man to prepare for that because it could happen, but I think we're strong enough that we shouldn't expect our like next fight to be a loss and then our Tin Man's just sitting there. Pisces is, already does something with these and it scales worm scale, so it's what I'm inclined to do. I think it's a good use of a shop, better than like a random thing. I also know that there's something about passing bronze characters, like removing them from the pool. I'm not exactly sure how that works. In general, the way I try and think about it, and I will continue to do so until we actually get some like information about it, is just imagine that we're drawing these from the deck. But mostly it's to like not to get too cute about like deck manipulation and just to like play a good board. Like I think missing out on purchasing things does start to you'll start to feel the crunch of it when you can't like loop through as many shops around like turns 13 and afterwards. Um, I notice it quite a bit when you're playing like spell focused characters where your shops are frequently like you don't get your silvers. Um, but I don't think that it affects your like win rate that much because you have to get to turn 13 somehow, and you're not going to get there by just like not taking the rest, the right thing at the right time. Uh, we don't have that hidden treasure room. Is there any particular reason why we would need this? I can't think of one. Robin does have ranged, but it also has like pretty weak stats. Actually, we don't need this Jill Sunshine at all, do we? I'd kind of rather have a common treasure, to be honest. Like it buffs all of our treasure hoard. It could be like a relevant one. Huh. So I will admit, I'm sure that many of you are the same. When you first started taking this game, I would just like slam this on turn two, and I have learned. Uh, Turn eight. So basically, where I am right now is like turn eight. I'm still like, is this gonna take too long? Whereas like I used to like take this way too early. Um, I think it's okay. The problem with Lucky Chest is that we have this like alchemy set. We're so likely to just like want to like buy something that we don't really need. About like a higher tier treasure for. Four turns is pretty far away though. We could regret that easily. Also, we've picked up like reasonable things from these shops, but I wouldn't say that like we're particularly insanely strong. Like this fairy dragon's nice, it has some room to grow. We're well set up for a number of things, but we're not quite there yet. I don't think Spellbook Punch card is enough to make me want to like go into like supporting this Friar Tuck, but look at these stats, right? It's just so much better than everything else that I'm looking at here. Oh, that's partially because of a toady, isn't it? Well, I certainly will take another toady over another. Oh, hold on. 36, 36. So that's like a big enough number that you can consider just like if we hit enough other double doubles and such, it could do something cool. But that's not what we're about with this character. With so many other characters, I'd be much more tempted. Or captains. I'm trying. Trying to get more consistent about my like phrasing. These are all early game treasures. Can I get any real value out of any of them right now? It doesn't look like it, so I should probably just take the generic one, but oh well. I mean, I guess the real thing that we got out of that was like the double toady. Okay, I guess like this. I don't love it. I mean, yeah, hunts are good when they're good. Fairy Dragon looking pretty nice. Oberon is early enough, but we don't really have anything we care about buffing, do we? Stinky is like the best kind of tempo pick. Oberon also eats our toady, so I think that's kind of going to be the tiebreaker here. Why is this thing huge? What happened? Okay. So, all right. Last time when I played that wing game and I had like a 22 or like 24 flopsy or something, and I was like, what's going on? And in retrospect, it was definitely just because I didn't hit a single thing that actually scaled my shot, but I was pretty baffled for a second. Uh, this is kind of confusing. Usually, like when you pull the unit, um, you get the accurate stats, but because it seems to be holding on to the hoard, the treasure hoard, I'm like struggling to like get this right. So I want Flopsy like here and probably this. Okay, sure. Uh, I mean, we'll probably or very likely lose this fight. Hopefully no one's like done anything completely insane, I guess. Like, great. I mean, surprising a little bit, but I will, I'm not gonna complain. Next turn we actually do get our things, so that's nice. Great. I mean, I assume we're just going off of whatever has like nonsense stats. Again, this Fire Tuck can absolutely go. I mean, it'd be cute to like get the Flopsy buff on it. Do we care? Can we scale this Flopsy without that? I feel like it's too slow for us not to do this. It's just, it's so greedy. Uh, hmm. I guess it's just Gingerbread Oven, but this is not like, I'm trying to think if there's any heroes or villains that we're like particularly motivated by. And then the other thing I'm wondering is like, should we, are we, oh no, we don't have to do that anymore. Okay. Because I feel like we were kind of just throwing our Fire Tuck away. Putting it up here with no stats and like no abilities, just, you know, I will take it. I mean, it's huge. Uh, I don't know if we're in the world where like Stinky is like better than 200 attack and health. My inclination is that we are not yet at that point. I guess technically something like this is the way to go. Sure. God, if we can kill this player before, yep, that Hercules goes off. Because that's one thing Dragons does kind of struggle with, I find, is that like, I think you're probably one of the fastest boards at presenting like a bunch of 1000s or something like that, but you don't really have a great way to consistently, like, unless your treasures just line up and like everything works out, it's hard to just like invest resources into building one mega unit that can stop anything, or scamming out their stuff, right? You just kind of have to find it. Uh, Burninator is, you know, got a great ability, but is it better than this? No, I don't think so. How much does Fairy Dragon matter right now? 266 versus 330. That's a lot, especially because we're doubling it. I think we want to keep this around for a little bit longer. It's kind of... I wonder if we should just buy Burninator to like seed the silver in case we get it with the stats. I just don't really want this Cowardly Lion, but I guess it's okay. The thing is, like, it's just gonna immediately get replaced, I guess, right? Because I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna hate having it. I'm gonna put it here. So unless I replace these two with these two shops, is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Just allow this to be a little bit weaker and then buy Cowardly Lion and something else? I don't think we need to do that. I think we can afford to do this. Uh, I mean, sure. I know we're losing like any Shoemaker's Elves stuff, but I I don't know. It seemed fine. Out of curiosity, oh, we got a statue of Olympus. That's what happened there. Sure. I think we're okay here. Yeah, we're more than okay. And this is what dragons, we can present these like quite big numbers much faster than like any kind of candy or whatever can. Um, you don't always have golden Flopsy. Let's not get too rosy about this archetype, but it I think that is where it sits in the metagame. Anyway, we lost one heart. We got what out of it? A That's when we got the alchemistry set, and it was pretty good. Like I would say that it mattered. It's hard to know, right? Because you don't know when you would have gotten the silvers, and like spun your shops a little bit more. Um, what else was crucial? That fight where we lost just one heart with the Miseria, and then like that matters a lot because then you can like you just have a little bit more space for your constellation prizes, I think, to double. Um, we stayed stable. Nothing crazy happened. We just like these numbers are fine. They're big enough. Turn 13. Great. Bye.